That is 4 or 5 items now, and I'm just getting fed up of it. So has anyone else had any problems with this? Are buyers getting stupid? Because if this carries on, I'm gonna have no money. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another week in the life of a part-time eBay reseller. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Toys 95. Today I'm in my garage picking my orders, and it's Monday evening and I'm going over all of my weekend sales. So on this channel, on these weekly videos, I like to go over all of my weekly eBay sales and just document what I'm doing on eBay this week. So I'll show you what I picked up, what I sold, how much I sold it for, and at the end of the week how much profit I made. So without further ado, I've picked all the orders already because it's quite cold in here and things are actually looking up this week. Psych! Last week I made 6 orders all week, and today I have sold 7 orders all over the weekend. So I've picked them already and we've still got 4 days left of the week to make some more sales. It's Monday today and I work from Saturday morning through to Friday night, and that's my weekly cut-off point. So 7 sales, let's get straight into them. So the first one, I'm going to go in no particular order, but the first one is this Kenneth Cole leather watch strap. So this is a brown leather watch strap and it owes me £1 from the watch bundle, and that is sold for £12.95 plus postage, and it is KC19. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is the SKU system. So I have quite a lot of these watches, so I put a little number on there just so I know which one's which, and I don't have to go through the whole bag trying to match them up to the photos. The next sale is this Royal Mail tie. Now I believe this sold for £13.45 plus postage to make it £15 all in, and this is like a workers employee tie from Royal Mail. You got the logo there and the iconic stripes and colours. So this one was £2 from a charity shop, and that sold for £13.45. I only picked that up as well just after Christmas time, so I've only had it for about 2 months, so that sold relatively quickly. The next one is a watch from the watch bundle, and I'll throw some footage of me actually grabbing it, but I do have a cool SKU system for that where it's a lot easier to find them. So I have about 140 of these specific watches, so it's very easy for me to just go and pick the one I need. So this was in box 6 I believe, and sorry, box 5, and this is watch 6. So I picked it out and this cost me £10. This is a black waterproof, I'm not sure what exactly model it is, but this is a Reebok watch and it owes me a tenner, and that sold for £27.50. The next one is a football shirt which was already sold once about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Someone returned it as it was too small and I forgot to relist it. I thought I had and I hadn't, so I was going through some stock probably about a month ago, found this and decided to relist it, and I think I listed it for more money. I think I sold this for £23 originally, so I paid £3.50 for it from a charity shop, and I've probably spent a couple of pounds in postage there and back having to return it and stuff. So let's say it owes me about £6 in total, and this has sold for £30 I think. Might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less, but I think it was 30 quid, so happy with the markup on that one. That is a Marseille shirt from 2009 I believe. The next one, I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, and this is a Minecraft PS3 game. So this owes me £4.99. It was a bit of an impulsive purchase. I found it in a post office of all places, and there were some used DVDs, and in that DVD section was this PS3 game. I know it goes around £8 to £10, so I picked this up for £5 and it sold for £7.95 plus postage, so probably only make about £1.50 profit on that one, but it's still better than nothing. So the next one is this bobble hat, and it's a Bath Rugby bobble hat. It was £2 from a charity shop just before Christmas, and this was sold for 15 quid. So I listed this straight away because it is kind of the season for bobble hats. We are starting to get a little bit warmer weather now, so it's probably on the cusp of being too late to sell. So if it didn't sell now, it probably wouldn't sell throughout the year. So I'm glad it has sold when it has, and yeah, 15 quid, good profit on that one. So I believe that is all the 7 sales, so I'm going to take those in the house now, hopefully get them wrapped, and on my lunch break tomorrow I'll go take them to the post office. Throughout the week I might visit some shops, I might go to CEX or some charity shops or something and see if there's anything to buy. However, I have made a really big game haul, pickup, purchase, whatever you want to call it, bundle of stuff that I picked up last week, and I've been listing that all of last week and over the weekend, and I've still got loads of stuff that I photographed all of it, and I've listed just over half of it, so I need to list the photographs, so there's still more stuff to list. So I've got plenty of stock that I've been adding to my shop that I don't really need to buy any more stuff, and I don't really have the funds to buy any more stuff. Anyone that watched last week's episode would have seen last week was a real struggle. I spent a lot of money, but then I didn't make any money, so I'm actually sort of on a zero balance at the moment. So all of these sales really need to go back into my bank just to recuperate a bit of funds before I can start hitting the car boots and charity shops and stuff. So I probably won't be buying much this week, at least that's the aim anyway. So yeah, going to get those wrapped now, and I'll check in a couple of days when I've made some more sales. It's the following day and I'm heading to the post office. Now there's one other parcel which I'll throw on screen, some footage, but I forgot to mention it yesterday, and that was a Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth, I think it was, and it's like a card play mat for the TGC game. So that was 40p from the game bundle, and that sold for I think £10.95 plus postage, so not a bad markup on that one. Good morning guys, it's now Thursday. Now I'm about to go to a networking event. I've got about 15 minutes before I need to leave, and I've made 4 sales, so I'm going to go and grab them now before I head over there. So we've got 2 pieces of clothing and 2 video games, so it should be nice and easy to pack and post today. So we've got a dress or a skirt, I believe, so I'm going to go find that now. I'll grab that first, and there's also a football shirt, so let's go get them. So I believe I might have found the skirt, I just need to double check that it's the right one. So this one has got like flowers on it. Right, so I think I found the skirt. This is a St Michael's size 12. Now I picked this up from a big clothing bundle that I got for free from my girlfriend's friend who she works with. And I probably got about 60 pieces of clothing, and there's probably about 20% of it left. So that was last year that I got those, and that sold for £6.50 plus postage. So it's gone for a tenner all in, and it's just an old vintage, I guess, skirt, floral pattern. Not really much else to say on that one. Don't really know women's clothing very well, so I'm just selling that through. The next one is a Wales national team shirt, and this is a reproduction of the 1984 home shirt. And what size is that? I've got multiple of these. That is a medium. Right, so I found this one. As you can see, the RRP there is £25. This owes me a tenner from a JD sale. Picked up 25 of these, 2 different designs. I think I got like 10 of one and 15 of the other. This is a size medium, and it's the 1984 home shirt. Nice stripes there, and it's got a number on the back as well. Brand new. That has gone for full asking price of £20 plus postage. Now up next, a sale that's one of my own, from my own collection, and I'm only selling it because it inflated in price because a new game got released, and I listed it at a fairly high price but still competitive, and it just never sold. And I've had a few lowball offers and declined them. Someone sent me an offer today a bit lower than what I was hoping to get for it. However, I did check CEX and the price has dropped significantly from £22 down to £12, and they offered me £13.45 plus postage. So if I traded it in on a voucher, I'd only get about £8-9. So that is Astrobot Rescue Mission, which is a PlayStation VR game, and obviously the PS5 game came out and everyone jumped on the hype and wanted to play the VR version, so that rose in price. But it's about an £8 game, so that's going to come down even lower than 12, so I'm just going to rebuy it again in the future. So here's Astrobot. I think I paid like 6 or 8 quid for this back in the day, so it doesn't owe me much. And yeah, £13.45. And the next one, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. This was £2.99 from the game sale, probably about a year ago. Picked up a bunch of sealed stuff, and that has sold for £9.95, and I think plus postage as well, so it should have gone for about £12 all in. Now the disc is loose, unfortunately. I've got a few copies of these, but I think they're all loose, so hopefully the buyer doesn't return that, but there is a way to pop the disc back in. And even if I sent this like fully sealed and the disc was in the holder, they always come loose in the post anyway. The PS4 and 5 are notorious for it. For some reason they're just not very good at holding the discs in. They come loose very easily, but to a collector that is quite annoying. So yeah, I don't really know how to navigate that one, but yeah, originally that was £17.49, and I picked this up for just £2.99 brand new, so yeah, not a bad sale. So those are the 4 sales. Going to get those wrapped, take them to work now, and then post them on my lunch break. So it's Saturday. My week has technically ended, but I'm going to count this one in the week because I've had 2 more this week and 1 about a week or so before, and they're all starting to add up and really pee me off, to be honest. So I had a return request today, as I have had 2 this week and 1 the other week, and all of them haven't been my fault. They have all been people that haven't read the description, and I even had to do a partial refund in last week's video for a watch where someone didn't read the description. So that is now 5 in the space of 2 or 3 weeks. And this hasn't really happened at this rate before. It could just be bad luck, but a buyer's just getting stupid. Like, are people just not reading descriptions? Like, I've never really bought something on eBay and not read the description. Like, I always if I see something, even if I think, oh, that's a good price, I want to buy that now, I will always quickly read the description, see what I'm getting, and just make sure that what they're saying is genuine, and yeah, then I buy it. So the first one was a watch strap a couple of weeks ago. Someone said this one doesn't fit my watch and it's too small. So I sent him a screenshot of the description showing all the measurements, and I never heard back from him, so maybe he was like, okay, fair enough, you know, that was my error, and he's left it, fine. So he said he was going to put in a claim and didn't, so I'll allow that one. So someone else bought a watch strap last week, and this week they put a claim in to say that it's the wrong size. So I asked for a photo, and he's put the like buckle end with the strap end and the strap end with the buckle end, and said, oh, I must have measured wrong, even though all the measurements were in the description, but you know, who wants to return it? And as it's their fault and they return it, then the second they put a return claim in, it automatically accepts, especially as a business seller. So the watch strap is getting returned, and there's nothing really I can do about that. Someone this week returned a pair of Vans shoes, brand new in the box, spent £4 to post it to them, made sure it was all tracked and everything. They got the shoes and they returned and said they're slightly too small when I wear them with socks. You know what size you are, you know what shoe size you are. Who's never owned a pair of Vans before? Everyone knows what shoe size you are. So they returned the shoes, and because it's their fault, they've returned it. I have no objection to it, so I have to accept it. So I've lost out £4 on that pair of shoes, £1.50 on the watch strap, and I know these are only small little things, but they all add up and it's getting really frustrating. So the pair of shoes was a change of mind, didn't fit. The watch strap didn't fit the watch because they didn't check the description properly. And then today, what kind of tipped me over the edge was I sold an Astrobot game this week for £13.45 plus postage, 15 quid all in, not a bad price, and sent it to them, and they put a claim in to say it doesn't work, and they've got a PS5 and a PSVR 2 and the game doesn't work. Well, obviously it doesn't work. It's a PS4 game and it's a PSVR 1 game, and in the description, which I'll throw on screen, it even says that it's a PS4 game and it's a PSVR 1 game, and it will only work on PS5 if you have the VR 1 adapter. Now I know some of it is a bit confusing and whatever, but like, it's very clear what the item is, and it's very clear that the item will not work on a PS5 for a PS5 game, and it definitely won't work for the PSVR 2. And they bought it for that, and now they're returning it, and because it's like their fault and they've chosen to return it, I have no objections. So that's 15 quid back on that, 40 quid on the shoes, 15 quid on the watch strap. That's like 60-70 quid's worth of returns that I've had to refund, but I've also lost about 7-8 quid in postage as well. So, but it's all in the space of what, 2-3 weeks, and 3 of them have been this week. So really, really frustrating. And it's even more frustrating when it's not my fault. If, you know, if there's something wrong with the item and they need to return it, and that's on me if I've misdescribed it or something. But the fact that like these people are buying the item, they can see it clear as day in the description, and they're still choosing to not read the description and then return it, just blows my mind. And that's 3 in a week. So that's annoyed me. And then the watch last week, someone said that the battery wasn't working. Well, no shit, it wasn't working, because it was in the description. It said the watch battery is dead, please replace the watch battery. And then I had to offer him a partial refund because he wanted to return the whole thing, and it would have cost me money because he put it as not working, even though it said in the description the watch is brand new but the watch battery does not work, please replace yourself. So yeah, that is 4 or 5 items now, and I'm just getting fed up of it. So has anyone else had any problems with this? Are buyers getting stupid? Are buyers getting lazy and just not in reading the description? Because if this carries on, I'm going to have no money, because I'm just constantly refunding people and paying for postage. So if I get money come into the bank, into the business, I want to go and spend it. I went to the car boot today and I spent quite a bit of money, but I don't have that much money left in my bank. So then if I've got to refund everyone, I'm not going to have any money to go and buy more stock. So this is getting really ridiculous now. So then this is the segment where I go over all of the sales and wrap up the video. So this week we had the 2 returns, which meant I only actually made 9 sales, 11 if you want to count the returns. And my target is £100 profit per week. Now I went to my first car boot yesterday, and as of April I want to start expanding my target to £150 profit, because I'm going to the car boots and picking up new items and fresh stock. Then I should be able to make some more money. So the gross sales then from those 9 sales is £165.86. The eBay fees this week were £25.65 and the postage was only £21.55, which is nice and cheap. And the cost to buy of all of those items, bearing in mind everything that came in was £165.86, was only £39.88. So I've 4 times my money in essence, but by the time I've taken all the fees and deductions off, that only leaves me with a profit of £78.78, which is disappointing. It's below my £100 target, and as I said, next week we're going to be raising that to £150, but it's still double in terms of profit what I paid on the items, so I'm not too fussed about that. When you look at it in that sense, it is disappointing because I've had weeks where I've only sold 5 items, 6 items, and they've been expensive and I made a lot of profit, and it's all relative. So this week I've only made 9 sales and they've all been fairly cheap items, so there's not really a lot of profit in there. But we go again next week. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new, please consider subscribing, as I'm going to be doing these sorts of eBay weekly videos every single week, as well as car boot videos now that they are back. And I'm also doing game collection updates and PS3 hunting and things like that. So if you're interested in gaming or eBay reselling, then please check out my channel and consider subscribing. Otherwise, if you're a regular around here, then please like the video, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom. See you later.